What's going on, my MSF fans? It's your boy Ken, and today I am with the one, the only Eboooombe.
Eboooombe! 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 Eboooombe!
Hey, brother, how you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm doing well, thanks. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic. Holiday season. I'm definitely looking forward to spending some time with the family in the upcoming days. But more than anything, just having a lot of fun with this game. Newer characters on their way. And with that, I wanted to do a roster update where I'm at right now, things that I want to do. And no one better than Eboooombe coming in here and letting me know, helping me out with my roster and what we're doing with this one. So.
Yeah, I already see a few interesting picks, but I'll...
Oh, the roster rose. Let it begin. So yeah, I definitely want to work on some things before. As you know, we're pushing for level 80. At least that's where I'm headed right now. I'm definitely 80. I'm at 78. It looks like I should be hitting 79 coming weeks. I would say probably starting Dark Dimension 4 at some point in January. That's my goal. At least that's what I'm do. So I've been building some characters. I guess we'll start with my favorite characters. You can see why I have them. So I'm farming Taskmaster. He was made available recently in the Doom campaign nodes. Negasonic, so that I can have a 7-star Doc Ock when he comes next time around. However, I might stop farming Negasonic just because I am not getting drops on Domino. Domino is evading me, not only in the game, but invading me in real life in my roster. Domino shards are not coming as often as I was hoping. So where is she stuck? She's stuck.
I mean, it's going to be a close one, by the way, because he's coming back in January.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I think I have to settle for a 6-star Doc Ock, which he's fantastic. He's a strong legendary. I'll for sure then have a 7, I think, the next time he comes around. So but yeah, Domino was evading me left and right, and one of the reasons why I might be taking Negasonic for the time being, not farming her as much, is just so that I can use that energy towards more important gear taking characters that I want to gear 14 as well. So that might be a character that I take off from this. But Ghost I'm trying to build up to gear 14 myself right now, so she's here for that reason. Gear 14 so that I can have another character that I want to really bring into Dark Dimension myself, Dark Dimension 4.
Yeah.
And then Ironheart for my dailies, getting some villains dailies and energy spent as well. And she is the only character in my power armor team that's not at 7 stars. So I want to finish off that team. Squirrel Girl, new to the game, an amazing character. Actually, it has a lot of power, standalone power in PvP and real-time arena. Might be nice to get her up to Young Avengers. So, and then Wasp, I'm just trying to at that point finish off my Pim Tech team. Red Skull's there for the fun of it. I don't even know why I have him there.
I was gonna say
I don't even know I have him there yet. He is farmable now, so I guess I put the heart on him, but I haven't been farming him. So he's just there for the fun of it, just to add a 7th character to getting favorite right now in that aspect. So, but yeah, these are the ones that I have at the top. Do you think is there one of them that I should not be working on right now, based on what I said?
mean, straight away, I'm probably leaning towards Wasp and Red Skull. I mean, like you said, Red Skull, with Zemo coming now, he's pretty much used more often than not against Hydra Red Skull teams on war defense.
Yeah.
He's pretty much only useful in war defense as a whole. He doesn't get that same resistance against damage outside any other game modes of war. Wasp, unless you're building her up for the Back to the Tiny World event for Ant-Man and Wasp, then that's also maybe because she's also a villain, right? And you were saying you were using
and I'm doing Ironheart, and I am not gonna be taking the full Pim Tech team, at least not initially.
You've got Ghost, exactly. You've got Ghost. She's definitely one you want to take. As for Ironheart, I mean, I think she's good to go at 6 stars. To be honest, it's just like Power Armor are pretty much a 2-turn team. As soon as Ironheart gets her ultimate off, followed by War Machine and Falcon, it's pretty much GG by the end of it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, Taskmaster fantastic. Like, I've got 5 reds in my Taskmaster, and I love him to bits in my mercs.
Yeah.
And likewise with what you're trying to do with your X-Force, I'm doing the same, trying to get them to 7 stars. I know I won't make it by then, but I'll settle with a 6.
You're still gonna try. You still have to
Yeah,
attempt
exactly.
it. That's me. I just opened a lot of Domino Orbs yesterday, and like I said, the disappointment was huge. I think I only got like 20 shards on her.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I know that I for sure won't be having I won't be having Doc Hawk at 7 stars next time around. Most of my characters are at 6 or 7 stars, so as you can start, you know, scoping my roster. Most of them are already either at 6 or 7. So there's also a reason behind the characters that I'm trying to take to 7, like Ironheart. At that point, like I said, it's just trying to finish off my Power Armor team. Those that are not at 7, it's also like technically not the farmable characters too, like Cold Obsidian and Scream. But if they're farmable, at this point, I'm just trying to farm the ones that I can to take to 7 and finish off those characters. It's good when you get to that point in your roster and like at that point it's just like, well, might as well take them up to 7 stars because everybody else in my roster is, kind of thing. Or if they're not, it's one of those situations where I have them and I just don't want to spend the gold. Like
no, I know,
Storm.
especially now with the gold crunch and Emma Frost coming back in January. So
yeah, so that's where I'm at. My roster.
Yeah, you're top 20 and so it's kind of like a mirror match with what I've got going on.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, that's fine. How many characters do you actually have at 7 stars, like maxed out?
I didn't even. Let's go. That should be here. I have at max 82. I have 82, and like I said, I have a lot that are the gold spending. So I'm not gonna do that, or the ones that are not farmable, or like a legendary or milestone character like Emma that I'll have to do to the milestones orbs. Doc Hawk as well, Call Obsidian. Most of the usual suspects that are hard to take up to 7 stars. I think the older characters for the most part are all done at 6 or 7 stars in my roster.
I see you put Proxima and Corvus both as strikers for the ISO classes. What's the reasoning behind that?
Where are
a little bit down.
Oh yeah, so they're actually not both strikers within their team, but I was actually using Proxima in the beta raids, and I put it as a striker. So I like to change ISOs depending on what I'm doing. But if I go into an arena match, then no, one of them becomes skirmisher. Usually Proxima skirmisher, and then Corvus as a striker on that. So I guess I just forgot to change that for the video.
That's cool. We'll skip past that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But that's the reason for that to happen. And for the most part, I just beat Dark Dimension 3 not too long ago. So I wanted to I did a video recently on the characters that I want to take to 7. I want to take my Mr. Sinister to 7 red stars. And then after that, I'm really thinking about Thanos. But I'm also thinking about options at 6. And Cold Obsidian would be another good option at 6 red stars to take up as well. And maybe just continue to save the rest of the gold until I want to take another character up to 6 red stars. Carnage is not a bad candidate either at that, or even Ebony Moth. But I know ideally I definitely want Mr. Sinister. I'm in love with this character. He's gonna for a long time just be a good character for a long time. So I love me some Sinister.
The higher the red stars, the better the clone, you know. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and a clone at 7 red stars is nothing to mess with. You gotta take them out, especially if you clone a really good character from the opposite end. But yeah, that's what I'm doing with my roster. I've been building my sim teams. How are you loving your sim blitz situation, by the way?
For me, I'm loving it. You know, with all the new additions of characters coming in and the way we've been forced to build up our teams and toons because of the PvP requirements. Yeah. I've now got 25 teams that I can blitz through.
Nice.
So for the most part, you know, depending on whether I'm dropping down a few tiers for the easy kind of road up to 8.3, I'll just rinse and repeat each of those 25 teams and, you know, get easy points. And especially now during the Screen Champions milestone, right?
Yeah.
They
made it easy for us to just get free stuff and signets on this one, which is I'll take it. I know some people weren't too excited about the rewards, but listen, anytime I just have to do a blitz rotation that takes me 2 to 3 minutes, I'm a happy man. I am
exactly. It's free, as you said, free rewards.
I am a very happy man. I get to spend more time with my family, and this game can definitely be time consuming if you put a lot of time into it. So real-time arena definitely takes its time. But I've been working on my teams. I actually have a pretty deep lineup where it comes to like taking them to 8, 8.3. I feel comfortable taking most of these teams to 8, 8.3 and winning with them. to be honest. But then I've had some of like the teams that are like the makeup teams with the characters that I'm not using within their teams, or they're just not, they don't have a home right now. So I ended up shifting and making an Ultron team with like the leftovers Sinister Six teams.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same as mine, except I think I have I have someone else instead of Spider-Man. But yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah, I did the Spider-Man there too for the Spider-Verse tag, so that Green Goblin, once again, the passive triggers on him too as well. So 4 Spider-Verse character technically, even though it's the Sinister Six and Ultron as well. Then I made the Captain Marvel team. I call it the Captain Marvel team, where like Drag just takes a little bit of the hits while she's putting in the damage, and then Beast comes in and does the healing. This team has actually been doing pretty decent for me. I'm winning at 8 and 8.3. I do have to. It's matchup dependent too. I can't take them up against as Guardians, or I can't take them up against like a Black Order or anything crazy like that. But against most teams, they do pretty well. So
it's not badly synergized.
Yeah, it works well. Storm and Beast already have that synergy amongst them. Once again, the tank kind of takes the brunt of the damage initially, and then Captain Marvel just does Captain Marvel things.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I've had to make up makeshift teams. This team auto wins for me a lot. It's so funny. The cousins, put them together. Between those 3, they just continue to take all the brunt of the damage, and then these guys just put in the work on the side. It's so funny. I've tried different lineups and matchups, and they continue to win. So I was gonna remove She-Hulk and use her as a tank for another one of those like independent like makeshift teams. But she's been doing so great in here that I left her here. They win at 8, 8.3, very easy every time. And sometimes for science, I like to try a couple of matchups, and I'm like, they surprise me at some of the matchups that they taken on, they actually beat. So
as long as it's for science, you can use it.
Yeah, for science. We content creators, we like to try things out and see what works. And like I said, that team with She-Hulk has actually been putting in a lot of work for me. And then one of the Dad Bros, until Longshot comes into the game, I have him here with the Brawlers team, and they work pretty well. He is a squishy character at only 3 stars. I'm hoping to get him at 4 with this event soon, so that he survives a lot more in this team. But they do pretty well at winning at 8 and 8.3. FinTech team. And then these are I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that don't really win at 8 or 8.3, but it's okay. It's kind of like my reset teams, just in case I find a bad matchup in Simblitz. And then out of the 30 teams, then I have 26 that usually win at 8 or 8.3.
And that's all you need, really. Yeah, that's all you need, really.
So that's where I'm at with my roster. And like I said, my biggest thing right now is definitely trying to get into Dark Dimension 4 whenever I get a chance. Building my sim roster, which I've been happy with. The character progression that I've done with my roster for the most part. And then hopefully continue to hoard harder, because I need some gear to take some characters up to gear 15.
Or are you still hoarding orbs, or?
Not as much, only the gear orbs. I'm hoarding the gear orbs until I hit like level 80, and at that point I'll come to a decision depending on those characters are available. I definitely want to start off with like the global characters, because they're first Dark Dimension. And then after that, continue to build whatever I can towards Dark Dimension 4. But I'm in no rush too. It's cool though, because I am definitely looking forward to Victor Bomb Doom. He's one of my favorite characters. One of the favorite villains in the universe.
Exactly, definitely looking forward to him, man. Once you get that, you're pretty much dominating arena.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's that and Mr. Sinister that I'm looking forward to re-energizing arena. Imagine you get a Doom, you get a Doom.
All right, Oprah.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. But that's where I'm at with my roster. So.
Well, that's pretty good. And I mean, for the most part, you're already in my good books. I like how well balanced everything is. Like, how are you finding all the new additions to the game, like game modes and all that with your roster? Are you able to, handle yourself well in PvP and stuff?
Oh yeah, the cool thing is, it's like I enjoy PvP myself, so I've been doing PvP since launch. I don't do it as much in the stream as I used to, because like I don't really enjoy when they did it for the whole milestones. I enjoyed the rewards, but then like people that didn't want to PvP necessarily went going into it with the reasons to want to PvP someone. But the roster, I have a lot of my favorite characters that do really well in PvP, including like Squirrel Girl and some of the usual suspects, speedy characters that perform really well in PvP. Doc Ock has been amazing. So a lot of the characters that I've developed, they do pretty well in PvP as well. And then Real Time Arena, just It's actually real-time arena is a little bit different than PvP, but a lot of like the top characters in your roster usually do pretty well in real-time arena. Just it's almost about what you counter in real-time arena. More than what you actually bring in.
Assuming the matchmaking works properly. You know?
Assuming matchmaking, if it ever gets fixed. But yeah, assuming matchmaking works properly. But yeah, that's what I'm at with my roster. I'm trying to get to level 80 as soon as I can. Just continue to use my energy resources and building this roster towards Dark Dimension 4 and get me a Dr. Doom.
But I mean, yeah, it looks like you're heading the right. Yes, it looks like you're heading on the right tracks. I think you said like late January. You're trying to look forward to that.
Hopefully, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure you should be good. You should be on track. I think you got about, what is it? If you go back to your main menu, I think you had about, I don't know, was it 18?
Yeah, I'm like almost halfway there. Yeah, I'm almost halfway to 79. So then I only have to worry about hitting level 80 after all of that. So
that'll take you 15 days. I'm calling it from now.
Yeah, so I should be in a good place. I'm happy with some of my current characters that I'm trying to build towards Dark Dimension. Some of the legendaries are just gonna have to wait because that's on the later nodes. But definitely building my global characters, and I want my Sinister at 7 reds by the time I start my
I'm jealous of those reds. I'm jealous of those reds.
So I'm a very happy man. But yeah, so guys, roster update. End of year roster update with your boy Eboooombe. I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this one. It's always fun to go over my roster with someone else perspective and see if they spot something that I haven't spotted, like Curvis and Proxima being strikers and on this one. But I appreciate let the people know where they can find you, Eboooombe.
Yeah, so I currently well, of course I have my own YouTube channel, and I have a Twitch account which I stream daily at 7:30 p.m. GMT. I think you said you might put them in your description.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys can find me there on YouTube and Twitter. Twitch. My apologies. And then I also have my own Discord server, which I create infographics with Dr. K. My apologies, Dr. Chaos. So yeah, I'm kind of there. I'm everywhere.
Love it. Yeah, the description down below will have his information. And as always, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget, we're actually going to be heading over to Eboooombe's channel as well. So yes, definitely go and check out the link down below. Subscribe to his channel. Join his Discord as well if you want. We're 2 new up-and-comer content creators trying to bring in Marvel Strike Force content, guys, as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Till the next one. Peace.
See you then.